Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited because this is the very first video of the year 2022 and we are going to be playing with the new Blend Bunny, the Dollhouse palette. This is so beautiful. If you're not familiar with Blend Bunny, they have really stunning like rainbow, very aesthetic palettes, and they released their first neutral palette and they asked to send it to me early. And I'm just kind of in awe. I feel like this has been the first neutral palette in a really long time that when I saw the reveal, I was like, oh wow, like kind of taken back. Like I feel like it's the most colorful neutral palette I've ever seen. Like you've got some olive tones, some berry tones, some really pretty cool tones, a little bit of purple, and a little, just a tinge of warmth, but it's all very muted and there's so many deepening shades and it just looks so pretty. So I'm very excited about this. I'm trying to post this on January 2nd, a little bit before it goes live. So I'll have the launch details down below, but I do have an affiliate code with Blend Bunny now. It's just AMYLOVES and it saves you, I believe, 10% off if you are wanting to purchase this, and I'll link my other Blend Bunny videos down below because they also have a brush set I'm going to be using today that is an absolute favorite. I don't have a ton of time actually. I have to go to the airport in a few minutes to pick up my person, my boyfriend, and I'm just so excited because we haven't seen each other in almost 2 weeks. So I want to do like a very like smoky, sexy date night kind of look because that's what it's going to turn into, is a date night. So I was thinking maybe somewhere like in this little moment, but I know I'm going to be wearing a red shirt. This isn't the red shirt that I'm wearing, but I'm going to be wearing a different red shirt. So I kind of want to go along and make sure it fits with red. Yeah, I feel like this row right here is going to kind of be where I stay. You know what though? There's actually not like a true silver. Okay. I might be a bad person and pull into another palette for a silver. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it might be a little chaotic today because I'm filming this really quickly. I just really wanted to play with this palette. I wanted to get a video up for y'all. So let's go ahead and start swatching. So first we have Mannequin, which looks like a pretty kind of like rose gold copper. We've got Undress, which is a soft light pink. We've got Plastic, which just looks like a kind of peachy shade. We've got Fasten, which just looks like a slightly warm brown. Okay, those look pretty. Beware, the pinky swatch is never good. And then lastly for that row, we have Marionette, which looks like kind of just a deep sparkly brown, which is pretty. Next we've got Glass Eyes, which is a soft kind of blue, just Cinderella shade. Such a pretty pop of blue, even though I'm not a pop of blue kind of girl very often. I think that's a really pretty one. We've got Hold Me, which looks like kind of like a dusty light purple, and then No Strings, which is another like dusty mauve. Super cute. I'm really curious just to like swatch them all out just so you guys can see the colors really well, because I feel like the pictures just weren't like capturing just how pretty it is in real life. And then, you know, obviously we'll do an eye look and see how it blends and everything, but so far I've been super impressed with their formula. So next we've got Cinched, which is just kind of like a true deep purple. We've got Imaginary, which is a really pretty purple metallic. Next we've got Lace, which is, oh, that's pretty. So that's like a white, but very sparkly kind of shade. I don't even know how to describe that exactly, but this texture looks so pretty. We've got Display. This one's like a little bit of a dusty, like mauvey gray, very pale matte. Oh, that shade's so pretty. Okay, we've got Attic, which is kind of like just a cool tone brown matte. I actually really like that one. We've got Stitched, which I think this one is a true black, because we've got so many like kind of almost black variants here. We've got Harlequin, which is a really stunning sparkly black metallic. Then next we've got Pretend, which is like kind of like a white pinky duochrome. I mean, you can see the shift there. That one is the first one that feels a little bit less creamy. It feels a little bit more powdery. Okay, but it's super pretty. Okay, next we've got Pose, which this one looks pretty similar to Display, but I think it's just a little bit less purple. We've got Vintage, which is kind of just a neutral brown. We've got Silhouette, which I would say is like a brownie black, but I feel like between these two shades, I feel like they're gonna look so similar. And then we've got Dress Up, which is a really like metallic, like deep eggplanty, purpley blackened shade. Okay, so there's, I mean, you can kind of see the set of warm tones, a set of like purple and blue, the cool tone little set, and then the more like neutral-ish set. So we'll do the rest on my hand. So next we have like the berry pinky row, starting off with Tulle, which looks like a really pretty pinky gold shimmer. Actually, that one might be my favorite so far. That is so pretty. We've got Baby Doll, which is just a pink matte light shade. We've got Rouge, which I would say is like a mid-tone kind of berry, and then Plum or Plume, which is an eggplanty burgundy shade. I mean, I feel like that row is calling to me so much. Forgot I was gonna do it here. Just go ahead and swatch that right here for you guys. I feel like this shade actually looks a lot deeper swatched out on my hand than it did when I was just putting it on my finger, but that is so cute. 6 rows here, so I kind of want to like, I don't know, this might be a lot, but I feel like today, like I'll just do a look of like whatever's calling to me, and then maybe I could do like a 6 looks with this and like go through and do a look with each row, just because I feel like that's how they are organized. And then lastly on that one, we have Little Sister, which is another really pretty shade. It's kind of just super sparkly. Next we have Pin Curls, which looks like a beautiful kind of greeny gold. We've got Porcelain, which is like just another light matte shade. We've got Figure. This one looks so pretty. It's just like a muted olive. And then lastly, we've got Madame, which looks like another kind of like brownie black. I feel like it's kind of weird because I'm so like into the idea of having so many deepening shades and so many of these lighter shades and like all these different undertones. They are like a tiny bit repetitive, but I feel like if you like all those like tiny little differences, it could be really nice. I think it really just depends on who you are and how you do your makeup. But lastly, we have Chantilly, which is a super creamy, like this is one of those shimmers that kind of moves around in the pan. Just really pretty green, sparkly, metallic shade. So there's the last row. I mean, I love how this is organized. I feel like everything looks so cute. I just want to do like 12 looks right now, but I cannot. I do not have the time in this exact moment, but I think it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going ahead and doing some Anastasia eye primer real quick. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this shade right here called Display. Gonna pop that in my crease with the Blend Bunny B5. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that automatically pulled a little bit purpley rather than like a true gray like I was kind of expecting. I feel like in my head for tonight, I envisioned a like, you know, just super cool toned smoky eye to go with the red top that I have picked out. But we'll see where it takes us. Hopefully it'll still match. I think I might actually go into a little bit of the shade Pretend right next to that one and just go right through my crease with that. Yeah, that one's a little bit less purple. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Attic on a B4, and I'm gonna start that one off in my outer V, but then just kind of bring that in a little bit. I know it gets old, but this is just my favorite way of doing eyeshadow. And like, I definitely have plans, have the goal to be a little bit more creative again in this coming year and, you know, have a little bit more fun, try newer things, not get stuck in the same old rut. But I feel like today, because to me it's kind of a little bit of a special occasion, I'm wanting to go for the kind of look that I love the most. I'm also gonna go ahead and grab that on that same brush and just lightly to connect that on like the outer third of the lower lash line. Once I have that mostly blended out, I'm gonna go back into the previous brush and just go over everything. Maybe I'll use this one right here, the Silhouette shade, the one that's like mostly brown but looks almost black. And I'm gonna grab a Blend Bunny B2. And again, just kind of doing the same thing, placing that into my outer V. I don't even know that I'm gonna blend that all that much. I'm just gonna kind of make a little V with it, connect it to my lower lash line the tiniest amount, and then go back into my previous brush. Actually, I'm gonna use my biggest brush to blend that a little bit more. I mean, I feel like these mattes are performing the exact same way as all their other palettes. They're just pretty pigmented, really easy to blend. I would say I feel like they're buildable. They're not the kind of shadow where you just place it down and you're like, oh my lord, like how am I gonna blend this out because it's so pigmented and now I look like I automatically have a black eye. Definitely not that kind of vibe, but also not buildable in the way that it's not pigmented either. It's just like perfectly in the middle. So I think that looks cute. I have no idea what I'm gonna do on the lid so far. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here called Vintage and pop that on the front of the lower lash line just to try out another shade. I feel really bad because I was so excited to play with this and I love the tones, but I feel like it's just not exactly what I was picturing today. Like, so maybe I shouldn't have done a first impression of it today, but the timing was just right. I don't know. But I kind of want to reach into something else for a silver. Like I was just kind of set on having a silver all over my lid. So maybe we'll go ahead and we'll do this shimmer shade at least, this lace one. I'm just gonna pick up a little tiny bit because it looks very intense. Just put that right here. Oh yeah, it's super pretty. I have this right in front of me, the ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette, and this silver is super, super pretty, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use that on my lid. Oh man, that just made the inner corner look so gold. But I feel like that is the look. So I guess I would say out of this palette, for me personally, I know not everyone loves a true silver, but I feel like that with these tones, there's so many purples and berries that I think the silver would just complement. That's one thing I feel like I'm missing. So really quickly off camera, I'm gonna throw on some Thrive Cosmetics mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so for blush, going back into the palette, just because I really like using these mattes as blush, I think they do a great job. I'm gonna go into this first like light shade right here called Undress, just grabbing it on a very small brush so I don't get it into any other colors. But yeah, I feel like this just blends really nicely. It has like a decent amount of pigmentation, but it's not hard to blend on the cheeks because it's just a really blendable formula. Ooh, you know what I have? I had this in my makeup bag, the Sydney Grace Pink Lightning Highlighter. I feel like that's gonna be so cute with this look. I'm actually just gonna grab a little bit out of the cap. There's just like a tiny, tiny bit there and put that right over the blush. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into the Kaja lip gloss in the shade Milk Tea. I just wanna do something super, super natural on the lips. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. I would say that my overall first impression of the palette is that it's the same great formula that I've come to expect from Blend Bunny. I think that the color story is really beautiful. I know that I pulled into something for the lid just because of how I was feeling today, but I think that all of the matte tones, like especially just like that middle section, is just so, so beautiful and versatile, and I can see myself reaching for it a lot. So let me know if you want to see a multiple looks video with this. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time today, but I hope that you enjoyed the video nonetheless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.